Dave Littau hangs a tire, but the NASCAR official says, wait a minute, you got a lug nut off. Now Dave comes back around, picks up a lug nut off pit road, and he says to the tire changer, come on back, tighten this thing up, which he did. It took 20.8 seconds for that pit stop.
Didn't have to do that. All he had to do was thread that thing on by hand and get out of the way and go.
Kurt went in the race leader, restarts 11th.
I'm sure Kurt appreciates that he did hit it with the air gun, but
yeah, because yesterday you were complaining because they didn't tighten it in the Busch race. You drivers,
can't whatever happened.
Robbie Gordon in that 7th car is 6th. Michael Waltrip is 1 lap down.
And check who's 5th. Jeff Gordon in that 24 car has worked his way up right behind his teammate Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, Casey Kane gets 25 of Vickers, a little bit loose off of 2. He's going to take that spot.
Kane to 2nd.
Vickers could not get down in time because Jimmy Johnson was already there underneath him. And now he's going to lose a couple more spots because that's the problem. On these restarts, the way this track is right now, if you get slid up to the high side, everybody's lined up on the bottom. You're going to lose 3 or 4 spots.
3 Hendrick cars running together. The 48 of Johnson, the 24 of Gordon, 25 of Vickers.
And I guess that will make Rick about as nervous as anything, seeing those 3 cars running side by side.
The only thing would make him more nervous if it was the last lap and they were running that way. Robbie gets the position, so Vickers is falling back. There's Earnhardt in behind Vickers for the moment.
Sound like Earnhardt had to get out of the throttle there. He had a lot of momentum there, and he had to get out of the throttle. Gave the spot. Dave, you got something on Robbie Gordon?
Yep, just a slight improvement to that race car. Just a slight air pressure adjustment. A little air pressure in the left rear to help that car turn a little bit. His only complaint was that it was just a slight bit tight in that last run.
That's about perfect here. I mean, that's what you're looking for.
Makes you feel a little more confident, comfortable.
Well, if it's going to be something, you want it to be a little bit tight. And, you know, you can really control that with the way you work the throttle. The car's loose by itself, and you see the 25 again gets loosened up by someone, Dale Earnhardt Jr. this time. If a car's loose by itself and then something like that happens where a car gets behind you, tough to drive that way on this racetrack.
41 cars on the lead lap. Terry Labonte was the lucky dog. Update from pit road. Here's Alan.
Let's talk about Matt Kenseth, Bill, way back in the field. 29th spot right now, the championship leader starting the day. This was the communication from Matt to his crew chief, Robbie Reiser, just before the pit stop, trying to describe what his car is doing in the opening run of the race.
Kind of loose getting in. It's sort of livable. It's about twice as loose getting off, real loose getting off the corner, and don't turn it in the middle. I need some grip desperately. I probably need to fix the loose a little bit more than the tight. You know, if I slow way down and keep it on the bottom, you know, I can make it spin more than push, but don't follow the front tires either, you know what I mean?
So Matt with a very descriptive monologue there to his crew chief. What they did to counter that, if you're one of the people that likes the technical side of racing, they dropped the air pressure on both the right side tires and adjusted the cross weight in the car. And we'll race a few laps and see how it works out.
I'm glad Robbie understood him because I didn't understand a word he said.
Well, they're both from Wisconsin, and they know each other fairly well. Came in with a championship lead. Here's a guy that's had a few tough weeks, the 6 of Mark Martin. Matt.
And Bill, it seems like it continues to take a turn for the worse for Mark Martin. 2 spots back of his teammate, Matt Kenseth, running in the 32nd position now before the competition caution. Mark came on the radio and said, we are not in good shape. The car is loose and tight. Now, they made an air pressure change on the 6 car, and while they touched on it, you know, we've seen some bad weeks for Mark Martin. They've wrecked a lot of their newer trick stuff. This is more of an older style race car. It's a good car, but they're still paying the price for the rough weeks they've had here in the chase.
And once you get behind, it is hard to catch up at the shop. And those guys work hard at it. Kurt Busch is in the 9th spot, picked up a couple of positions. Briggs is 10th. Clint Boyer in the 07, 11th. Chaser Denny Hamlin is right behind them in 12th. Got 4 chasers right now running in the top 5. Kyle Busch right in front of his brother, Kyle in the 5. Briggs looking at the outside.
You get such a good run off the corners when you're running on the high side. You'll see Scott up on the high side. Now, normally this is where the guy on the bottom will pull away. But the 10 should take the spot here now because he was a little bit ahead of Kurt Busch off the corner. Nope. Busch comes back.
Kurt's probably pretty inspired after that pit stop.
Yeah.
Looks like that 2 car has a little horsepower.
Yes, it does. In order to come off the corner on the low side behind a guy and pull up even going into the next corner is horsepower.
Exactly.
Chasers, 5 of them running in the top 8 spots. Tony Stewart said he wanted to win them all in the chase. 1-2 so far, and he's out front here at Texas.